Hey guys, do you ever hear people saying, "Oh, I'm too poor to prep, so that's why I'm not gonna do it"? Have you ever heard those people saying that? I mean, if they're poor now, they can't uh, afford to buy an extra thing or two to save for later. What are they gonna do if the prices are gonna go up even more? Um, it's not like they'll be able to afford more later, and the prices are gonna go up even more because of the fuel. It's gonna cost more to deliver those foods and other necessary goods to the store, so they're gonna have to charge more just because of the price of the cost of delivering those things. So if somebody is poor now, they probably need to prep even more than those people who are not so poor, because when people are not so poor, they probably have a spare of this and that, just because they bought two instead of one, just because, so that they don't have to go to the store again, you know so, like, to save them extra hassle, I guess. Like, I do that a lot too. Like, if I'm buying something, even before I was prepping, like, if something's on good sale, I will just buy more than one, depending how fast this thing is gonna expire, just so I don't have to look for a good deal for sale for the thing again until like a few months later or something. So if some people say that just to say it as an excuse, um, that's their problem. But like, there's some people who are poor and they can't afford anything extra, and they already gave up lots of luxuries so they could just survive, and they genuinely want to prep. So this is the video that hopefully is going to help somebody if they don't have a lot of money, so they could still prep. So if you really genuinely have a desire to prep, um, you'll find a way. It's like, if you really want something, um, you might be able to, like, put off or um, give up things that you want less than this. Like, those things might still be necessities, but um, other things you might want less than to have food available so you don't have to starve later. I mean, the way that things are going, if those people who don't have at least something to have put up, they're gonna end up starving, because I mean, if the store's not gonna have food and people see that the food is limited, and whatever, like, somebody has in their house, they're probably not gonna be willing to share, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna give away like a few things of this and that, and like, a few weeks later I'm gonna be starving myself. I mean, for preppers might be able to hold up a lot longer, but average person, they probably only have like less than 2 weeks worth of um, food in their house. Doesn't matter whether they're poor or not so poor, they probably only have 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, I didn't check everybody's pantry, but what do you think? How much food does average non-prepper person have? And it's also better to have at least a little bit, at least something, than nothing at all. And at least, I mean, you can never kind of feel that you have enough. It doesn't matter how much you have. It's like not enough, because we don't know how long will all this last. But I think for at least 2 years. So I'm trying to have enough for 2 years. I don't have enough for 2 years, but because I have 5 people to feed and all the animals, so I still have work to do too. If you truly want to prep, think about, what are you willing to do so you don't have to starve. I mean, some people are, I guess, too prideful or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll never go to food bank. Oh, I'll never apply for any help or something." If you qualify for whatever help you can get, apply for that, because anything that helps you can help you not only maybe put some stuff away for later, it will help you to live better now. And when you have a better nutrition now, you have more energy to like get more stuff done, because prepping also takes work, not just like stockpiling cans of stuff. If you qualify for any help, if you're able to go to food banks, you can do that too. And some people might say like, oh, you shouldn't be going to food banks just so you could prep. I mean, if you're willing to go through that hassle to go to the food banks and stuff, like, why not? Because you're like saving your life, and you might have a little bit of food for now to eat, but what are you gonna do later? I mean, what's the point? You're just prolonging your life just a little bit, but if when you don't have any or have very little preps. But um I mean, I'm not really, because I work a lot. I'm not really like, and we have savings, so we're not really struggling. But if I would be like living paycheck to paycheck, I wouldn't hesitate to do anything, like even even collecting cans or asking people like my friends for stuff they don't need so I could sell it for extra money so I could prep. Also, there's some cheap things you can do to prepare for later. If you have any space like a backyard, or even if you have a little space like a balcony or something, maybe you live in an apartment, you can still plant something in the container. You can plant some greens for the salad. You can plant some onion, like those green onions. They're very easy to plant, and it's good addition to like of onion to any things you cook, so maybe save a few dollars not having to buy onion for now, and maybe you can buy a few cans of preps instead. You can plant like a squash or something, whatever you can, depending how many plants you can fit. You can plant a tomato, or like even some peas. I planted some peas over the winter so luckily they survived, maybe because they were on the patio, like really close to the house, so they didn't get frostbite. But anything helps. Just like $1 worth of seeds can give you many dollars worth of plants. I mean, not plants, um, fruits and veggies, whatever you're growing. Okay, the next one is look for sales and deals. Right now, most stores still sending their ads to people. They have ads online you can look up, and a lot of them have things on sale or a good deal just to lure people in. Like recently, I went to Smart and Final, and they had ground beef, like 5 pounds, those tube thingies. I wrote something on my hand so I don't forget. um, uh, so they had for just $1.99 ground beef, and you could buy two of those, which would be 10 pounds total. So I bought two of those, and I made I put one away in the freezer, and I made some meals from the other one. I mean, that's a good deal, and the more of those good deals you find, the more money you can save, so you could buy something extra for later. Okay, when you're buying food to stock up on the cheaper and more calorie dense food first, because that will help you if you're starving. So like things like rice and beans. um Rice, sometimes you can find for 50, less than 50 cents a pound still, if you're buying like 50-pound bag. I bought at Smart and Final some 50-pound bags I showed in my previous videos. They were $18.99 for 50 pounds, which is a good deal because they're still old prices, I think. But um, if you can find 50 cents a pound for a pound of rice, that's good enough. And some beans, pinto beans are the cheapest. Um, and some, well, you need some kind of meat, which tuna meat I think is the cheapest one, because you can buy those little cans, and one can you can stretch for, if you have to. I mean, it's not ideal, but you can stretch for a whole family for a meal. It's only like 4 or 5 ounces, but still something to flavor than just eating plain rice. So start with those cheaper things first. So then because this way you'll have more things stockpiled before, because the more you stock up, the better. But if you buy more expensive ones first, then you're gonna have less things stockpiled. Also, try to buy at least one can a week per person. So, like, if you have 5 people in your family, that's 5 cans. And try to have some of those cans be meat cans, because they're more like filling. Also, like, I I bought that lard in the it's the container. I think it's like 3 or 5 pounds. I forgot. Probably 3 pounds. This can be stored in room temperature, but it's like basically fat, and it has lots of calories. So if you need to like cook something, and the butter has to be stored in the fridge, and if the electricity is not available, you can still use that lard to add to your food. Just like 1 tablespoon at a time will add more calories to your food. Also, I'm planning to use that to add to my dog's food, so their food will have like a little bit more calories, so I don't have to go through their food as fast. Also, if you really want us to be able to stock up on more food, you can try to eat a little bit less now, especially if some people, like almost everybody, can stand to lose some weight. Like, try, you can have smaller portions and still be okay. Like, I'm trying to eat less. Well, um I'm I should say, like, I limit my time, like, because I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I'm only eating between noon and 8 p.m. So, but like, sometimes I end up eating like one big meal a day just because I don't have time. But like, that's not ideal, but it's like, uh this is something that I don't have to like count calories and everything. I just eat something that's like a fulfilling meal, and hopefully, uh, once, depending on my work schedule, sometimes I eat once a day, sometimes twice. But it's like, I don't know. Even if you're trying to eat less, you might still not lose weight. So I don't know how that works. Also, you can try to get some extra money, like sell the things you don't need or want, that's like you're not gonna use. Also, like any cans and bottles we get from whatever stuff we buy. And some, I have like a couple people giving me their cans and bottles because they would be throwing them away basically. So whenever I get enough cans, I'm going to the recycle, and I get like 20-30 dollars. Just, and 20-30 dollars, you can buy some, like, I don't know, a few cans of meat. Not a few, like 5 or 10, depending what kind you buy. So prepping takes more than just money. So if you're poor, you know, you're missing only one thing that's like goes into prepping. Prepping is also lots of heavy lifting, because some of those 50-pound bags, they're heavy. um, Not some of them. I mean, they're all heavy, but also, like, it's also finding those deals, and also like going to those stores, and also like bringing all this heavy stuff home, and then uh, finding time to like sort it into like places, because sometimes I bring some stuff home, and I have like a pile of stuff that takes me a week or two to get to it, to sort it out, just because I don't have time. So also, some things need to be repackaged, put in the containers, and put away. So it takes work and time, not just money. And speaking about time, we don't have much time left, so you might want to hurry up and accelerate in your prepping. So, because, I mean, you see the prices going up faster and faster. Gas is going up faster and faster, and because gas is going up, everything else is gonna go up. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this will help you find some extra money to prep. Thanks for watching. Bye. Comment, like, and subscribe.